Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages, welcome to the Scale Model Outlaw. It's your first time checking in. We appreciate you stopping by. Hope you like what you see. If you do, in fact, like what you see, how about maybe leave us a comment down there in the old comment section and a big old thumbs up. That's right, we like them big old thumbs ups. And a subscribe would be nice. Don't cost nothing, and we appreciate it. To the return viewers, as always, guys and gals, thank you all very much for checking in and seeing what's going on here with Outlaw. Well, today we are getting on board the egg plane build. I've never, ever done any kind of plane. I've said in my videos before, if I've ever done a military thing, it was probably a Jeep, and I don't think I did it up military style. So definitely never done a tank, I've got one that I need to do for a buddy of mine, tank that is, but I've never done one. So this is literally going to be the very first aircraft that I've ever done of any kind. And what a cool little plane. Charlie Mack and Munchkin Modeling Man are the hosts for the egg plane build. And we've got us an SR-71 Blackbird. If I'm honest, I watched King Bob do his on the live, and I'm like, that looks like it would be a lot of fun. So following his advice and checking them out, I went ahead and ordered one, and now it's here. So I'm going to try. There's not a lot to these little kits, so I'm actually going to try to do this kit tonight and maybe finish it off tomorrow, probably during the lives, be working on it. Honestly, it's like one color except for the interior. Looks like it's going to be like a flat black and then maybe some dry brushing. And but it looks like a lot of fun, man. It looks like a lot of fun, little easy kit to do. We've been working so hard on the 54, and I've got an update coming for it, you guys. But the 54 Hudson's coming along, and we've been working on that and focusing on that and trying real hard to get everything right as we can on that. So I feel like this little guy is going to be a little bit of fun. Maybe take a break from the serious stuff, if you will, and have a little fun. Isn't that what the hobby's supposed to be about? Having fun? All right, so we're going to shift straight from here and go to the overhead and have you looking down, and I'm going to get started on it. I'm excited to build it. We'll open it up and see what all's going on the inside. I have opened it up, and I don't think I've taken it. That's my other phone. I don't think I've taken it out of the plastic yet. Let me take a peek. I don't think I have. Nope. So we get to take it out of the plastic together and check it out, and literally I'm going to go straight into it, man. I'm going to pull it off the sprue and start putting things together. So before we get to all that, though, let's go check out our sponsors here with the great folks at scalefinishes.com and icemancollections.com's got to say. Y'all be good. I'll see you in a minute. And we are back. Always good to hear from our sponsors, scalefinishes.com and icemancollections.com. Y'all be sure and go check them out. When you get to scalefinishes.com, get your cart loaded up with their awesome products. Be sure and scroll to the bottom of your cart. And at the bottom of the cart is a discount code. Put in Outlaw10. That's Outlaw10 in capital letters. Get you 10% discount. Same way with icemancollections.com. Get all your 3D printed needs at Iceman Collections. Get your cart loaded up. Scroll to the bottom. When you get to the bottom, that one you're going to put in Outlaw, the number 10, and then more. That's Outlaw 10 more. No capital letters. And get you a 10% discount from IcemanCollections.com. Well, all right, guys. Just like I said, we're going to check out this Blackbird. And like I said, we're going to break it free from the sprue and go to work on it. So let's get it checked out. This is so cool. I'm excited about this, man. This is going to be fun. Never done one of these, so I'm going to set that up over there where I can look at it, remind myself of what I'm doing. First thing I'm going to do is check out my directions. Can't be too much going on. There's like 10 parts. Oh, look at the decals. Woohoo! All kinds of decals. Looks like putting the decals on might be more time consuming than building the kit itself. It's cool though. We'll save those for later. We know we'll do them after the fact. yeah. There ain't a whole lot to it. Look at here. That is too cool, man. Too cool. Hell, let's jump right into it. I'm going to prop these up over here off camera where you guys can't see them, but I can see them. Let's go ahead and get this thing checked out, get it off the sprue, and get started on it. I think what I'm going to do, if it's like I think it is, it's basically one color minus the canopy, which is obviously clear, but it's got some black. Yeah, it's got some surrounds on it that'll have to be taped off and then painted, but we can make that happen. Dude, it's got 2 little sprues. That's it. That is it. This is too cool. All right, so it says we're going to build. Looks like we're going to build the motors first. Engine assembly. All right, let's go over here. Cut off the pieces that we need. B1, A9, B2, B4, B3, A9 again. B5 is a twofer, and A6 and A7. All right, so here is B1. Trim that off. Try to get it as close as we can. It might be, you know, not very detailed, but we still want to do a good job. We still want to trim everything like we're supposed to. Clean it all up. Make sure it looks good. We don't want to do a sloppy job. Or I don't want to do a sloppy job. Y'all do whatever you want to. But here's another B. It's actually B3. I don't know if it makes a difference or not. I'm sure it doesn't, but we'll keep B1 and B2 together because that's what the directions say to do. And I'm just using my, what is that? How's that pronounced? Steedy MS100s. Good little clippers. They're not God hands, but they work. God hands are very expensive, but I'm here to tell you they're worth it. In my opinion, they are worth it. All right, so we got B1, B2, B3, and B4. So now we're looking for A9. A9 and A9. So these guys are going to be the same part, or have the same part number anyway. It should be these little doohickeys right here. And no, I do not know what the names of these things are. Tail rudders, and I know what a motor looks like, or a jet. Check out this little dude. Isn't he cool? I don't know what he's for. He's certainly not the pilot, but he's there. He looks cool. All right. There's A9 and A9. All right, so we got 2 piles. Just because the directions said. And look, you can't even get them confused. The pieces are marked on the inside too. B2, B1. That's cool. All right, A6. That's going to be the jet part of this motor, I believe. Or the out part of it. I don't know what you want to call it. Again, I am not aircraft savvy. So if you are an aircraft person and you're watching this, you're probably pulling your hair out. And you would be right when you say this dummy don't know what he's talking about. But it's true. I don't know nothing about him. And then back to B5. B5 are the Madonna covers. I'm going to call them Madonna covers because she used to wear a cover that was pointy like that. We'll call it a cover. To those of you who were around in the 80s might remember it. It was shaped very similarly and very much side by side, just like those. All right, one of those goes down there. And one of those goes over there. All right, so that's all the pieces for our assembly. And I'm going to ditch my fancy hat, get my eyeballs out, and put that cup up there on the bed so I don't knock it over. All right, so I got my eyeballs out where I can see a little something. Get my knife out. I'm going to go up and trim all these little pieces up, make sure everything's as it should be. Same thing everybody does. Trim off the sprue stuff. Clean it up, make it pretty. Check for flash. I'm still going to run a sandpaper stick over it But first I'll run the knife over everything. Make sure it's where I want it that way, and then the sandpaper will kind of just smooth everything off. Blend it all in together. But if I can do most of the work with my knife, I try to do most of the work with my knife. I don't know how much of this you're seeing, guys. I know that camera's close, shines close to the edge, but I'm probably hogging the view with my big fat head. But I'm old, I gotta see what I'm doing. Maybe I should have put the camera more in front of me instead of above me, but too late now, we're into it, and I ain't stopping. I'm having fun. Like I said, I watched old Bob, King Bob, put his together the other day, and I've seen a couple different videos. And my buddy Jason up at Blue Ox Models, he looks like he's gonna do one, so I'm like, well, I got to do this. And then I found out about this Stealth one. I guess it's not in production anymore, but still available. So, and they're cheap, guys. This one, like I said, is not in production, you know, air quotes, not in production anymore. But even at that, it was only like 16 bucks. You can buy these little egg planes for like 10 bucks online. And if nothing else, even if you only did one ever and didn't like them, it's a little stump buster, that's for sure. Because you don't, I mean, there's just not a lot to them, right? You can do it. I almost feel like we'll have this thing put together before I feel like the video's too long. And I'm thinking after an hour, if it's not done after an hour, we'll shut it down. But maybe make a part 2 and finish it up. But it is, these things are so cool. They're so small. And again, guys, I don't know nothing about full-size aircraft. I know that there's some guys out there that are building some amazing models, military stuff, and I wouldn't know the first thing about them. And I also know that when you build a military kit, it's based on reality, where like our kits, we can build a hot rod car or something and it just be from our imagination. But I know that the military stuff, those guys, they want to know that it was, you know, correct, I guess is the best word I'm looking for. Not that you couldn't do one customized, I guess. Your kit, you do what you want to with it, but I just don't know enough about them, and if I'm honest, I never had really much of an interest because I never spent much time around them. So I don't have like a, you know, a bond or a connection. But still, this one here just looks like fun. If y'all saw, I just posted up a video. It's Saturday, April, what is today? April 20th, 420, imagine that. I went to a car show this morning and showed my girlfriend's bike and checked out some pretty cool cars. If you guys are watching this and haven't seen it, should be the video right below it. Really good time, a lot of cool cars. Had an AMC AMX there, which if you all know me, I'm an AMC guy. I love AMC, and this car was pristine. I did not meet the owner, so I don't know any history about it other than, you know, it's a 69 with a 243, and it was a good looking car, man. It really was. It was my favorite car there. But I am a little biased, especially when it comes to those AMCs. I'm a bit of a sucker for an AMC. In case anybody's wondering, the knife that I'm using is a Hobby Lobby special. Was it Fiska's? Same people that make this board. It's a 24 by 36 board. I believe it's pronounced Fiska's, something like that. Anyway, it's good stuff. I think it's mostly for sewing, but it works for me. And then I put a Estes gold tip or gold edge blade in there. They are super sharp, super sharp. And I find that they last a little bit longer, but it just might be how you use them as well. Might just be how you use them. I don't know about y'all, but come a long way from using toenail clippers and fingernail clippers to get this stuff off. I don't have any, but if I did, and there could go back in time, every model I ever made, I promise you there was sprue left on it somewhere, if not everywhere. Little sanding sticks you get at your local hobby shop, or you can get them at Hobby Lobby. There's different grits. This one's got a fine on one side, a little rougher on the other. It's small, just enough to rough it up and smooth it out. Like I said, we're not going to go crazy with it. We'll probably hit it with a little bit of primer. Maybe not even that. Might just use flat black primer and be done with it. That is a little aggressive though. I don't think I need quite that much aggressiveness. It's starting to scratch into it a little bit. Let's find another one that's a little smoother. 7,000's a bit smooth. See if we can find something along the 400 range. What's the red one? The red one's 320. The green one is the 400. That's what I'm looking for. Oh, that's a black one. That's the great there. It's always the last one in your little bundle, right? The first one's never the one you want. The last one that you reach for is the one you need. All right, let's try this again. Let's smooth that off a little bit. There we go. That's better. A little less aggressive. If I was going to put a surface primer on it, then it probably wouldn't make a big deal, but I may just clean it and shoot it straight out the can, right? Straight out the bottle with no primer. I don't want to lose any detail because it is so small that every little bit of detail that's on there is something you want to see. And again, I don't know how much of this you guys are seeing with my big fat melon in the way, but we're making it happen. It doesn't have much flash. I don't know that I can't say that I've never built a Hasegawa kit. I don't remember building one. And if they focus mostly on aircraft, chances are I probably never have built one. But they vary. At least at a glance, they're very much Tamiya-ish, if that's a word. Tamiya-ish. That's what they seem to represent. Or seem to resemble, not represent, but resemble. Nice and clean. This one had some junk on it. Maybe we get some of this junk off. Very little flash on these. Of course, that a few bucks that they charge for them, they probably don't put any extra material in there than they have to. That would be hard pressed to make money on them. These things. Anyway, back to the car show this morning. Car and bike show. There was probably, in the end, there was probably 15, 20 bikes. They'll call us. They were doing the count after we left. So they'll call us and let us know how we did. But my girl's got a really nice 2014 Heritage Softail. It's a really metallic-y red. It's not candy apple, but it's a really metallic-y red, really pretty bike. And she likes to enter it in the shows. And this morning she had to work, so I rode it up there. The car show was maybe 5 minutes on the bike from where we live, so whipped it up there this morning and got there early, got parking spot up front, so it's one of the first ones everybody sees when they come in to look at the bikes. And the judging was done by the crowd, so they and it's just you're not winning a bunch of money or nothing, but the crowd picks, you know, their favorite bike, their favorite car, and then they had a couple different classes like favorite truck and whatever. So it's more of an opportunity for everybody to get together and show off their stuff, kind of like a model show. Just happens to be somebody there judging them, hoping to win the trophy to hang up. Yep, had to get a drink. Yeah, the other beeping you heard is my phone going off, my other phone going off. But it can wait. We're modeling. We ain't got time for no stupid telephone. I just posted the video of the car show, so there might be people commenting on that, which we definitely appreciate that. These things are just too awesome. I might get into the eggplant only building thing. This is these are too cool. I imagine after a while though you'd want to find something at least a little more challenging. We decided to go have lunch at the local Mexican place, and I had to have the grande burrito. Yeah. I felt grande when I left there. By then she was on the bike, so I didn't have to worry about riding the bike. I just popped my butt in the Cadillac and came home. But she must have ate too much too, because she went straight into the room, her room, and laid down and said, "I'm taking a nap." And I'm like, "Good for you. I'm going in here." I'm still giggling about this thing. Yeah, I'm hoping to get some time in, get the video made. Probably be on Brian's live tonight. If you guys are not doing anything, you should check him out. Gotfuels.com. Saturday night, he does a live on YouTube. Usually see the crowd there. Everybody comes in, says hey. It can be pretty busy. Yeah, and the phone can keep going off and making a bunch of racket. But it can get busy in there, but there's always some good people in there. And sometimes you learn something, and sometimes you just laugh. Either way, it's always a good time. See all the familiar faces. You'll be Brian and Fafa, and usually see old Pappy in there, Snappy Pappy, Fred Henry, Bruce. Who else will we see in there? You name it. There's a bunch of them that go in there. Snail, Marcy. The whole crowd, man. They're usually all in there. Jonathan sometimes stops in and says hey. Every once in a while, we'll get a big old howdy from Cliff. If you don't know Cliff, GI Mechanic. He hosts a live on Monday night, so a lot of times he'll stop in and drop a howdy. Make you laugh. That dude's, every time that dude comes on, man, he makes me laugh. What a funny dude. Retired military man, so we're all happy and proud of him for his service and thank him for his service. Woohoo! Look what's next. We get to actually use some glue. Got our Tamiya quick set thin. I want to make sure I'm looking at this guy right. I don't know about y'all, but I always test fit my stuff. Just because. I'm hoping I can put this together and glue it and then put the end pieces on. It doesn't say I can't, but it just says engine assembly, engine. It doesn't give me a process, so painting indications. I'm hoping that the end caps will go on even if the halves are glued together. We'll find out in a minute, won't we? The phone's going nuts. Probably should have put it on airplane mode, but Whew. Such a mouth breather. I know y'all can hear me breathing. Luke, I'm not your father. I've had my nose busted so many times and broken so many times. Those of you that don't know, I used to ride bulls and stick my nose where it didn't belong. So I've had it smashed a few times. When I was a kid, I had it bit by a dog. So breathing through it tends to be an issue, which turns around and makes me a mouth breather. Yeah, I shared my life story with you. And no, I wasn't very good at bull riding. Had a lot of fun with it, but I wasn't very good at it. Made a lot of cool friends, had a lot of fun, but no, I wasn't like no kind of champion or nothing. Hung out with some dudes that were really sticky, and they were really good at it, but I wasn't one of them. Look at that. How did I do that? I know how to fix it, but how did I do that? Got too much glue on there somehow. Not paying attention to what I'm doing. How do I get that off? I should be able to get it off with just a little bit of an alcohol wipe. I'm gonna be mad as crap if it don't come off. So it should come off. Comes off every other piece of plastic. Hopefully it don't dig into the plastic and mess it up. Oh my God, it ain't coming. Would you look at that? Well, it might be primer in this thing after all. To get my stupid goo out of there. Damn it. Look at that. I can mess up a wet dream, bring a sponge to bed with me. Man. What did I do? There we go. It's trying to come up, I guess. Well, if I had to do it, I hate to say this, but if I had to do it, I'd rather do it here than on that green one I've been focusing on for ever now. I was so worried. I put the chrome on and then I wanted to put a coat of clear over the chrome and the green all together, you know, just kind of blend everything in. I was so scared that the chrome piece, one of the chrome pieces was going to land on that paint job somewhere where it was sticking out. I was nervous as a cat, long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs. I can't believe I did that. That was just pure D foolish of me. Yeah, it came off, but there. Let's see if we can finish it without goofing it up anymore. All right, so according to this is the A9. Oh, I'm still missing B5 is a cone. I got that. All right, so if this is laying here, then this goes here. Is that right? That's the opposite of that one. So this must be B. See what I mean, guys? I don't know what I'm doing. It should go like that, I think. Is that right? Yep, that's right. It's supposed to lean back like that? Let's see, I can use this guy to tell me if I'm doing it right. Yeah, so according to that, I'm doing it right. All right, we'll put this guy on first. I'm hoping that all that noise you hear coming out of my phone is positive remarks on my latest video. Otherwise, somebody's bugging the heck out of me. That doesn't look right. What is that? What the hey? Didn't screw up, did I? Well, these guys are supposed to be universal. Again. For some reason, this groove just doesn't look the same as. Looks reversed. And I don't know why. Unless the wing is reversed. Not that one, this one. I guess. That's what the direction said. We shall see. This one. Is that like that? I don't like that fit either. Now our nose cone. That dude goes in there. I can hear my dog whimpering. I know it's not because she wants to go outside. I think she wants to go in her mother's room, and her mother ain't having it, because when you get the two dogs together, it's like having two toddlers together. She's trying to rest, and those two want to play. So one gets booted, and the other one gets lucky, and it's usually whoever's first into the room is the one that doesn't get booted. Neither one of them are allowed in here. Let that guy dry. Let him sit over here while we worked on this one. Alright, again. There's some stuff in there I might be able to clean up. This is different. This one is different. it is, but it's where it's supposed to go. They both fit the same way. So it's weird, but it is what it is. I get these two together and then I'll check the time. I don't think we're getting close to an hour. I mean, I can go over an hour. I just don't think too many people are going to watch it for a whole hour. You're lucky to get them to watch for more than 20 minutes. But for those that are interested, it'll be fun to watch. Uh-oh, what's that one? That's right. I know it's right, because it's like it's supposed to be. So that one's like that. And that one's like... See, that's... How's that going to work? Ah. I did it wrong, dude. I did it wrong. Right? No. No, there it is. Okay, cool. Had myself confused for a minute. Because you got a right and a left. Alright, so there we go. Go. Now, according to this one's done. It's all right, guys. Got a little bit of a chest cold, and cleaning out my sinuses is probably not the best sounding thing you want to hear over the tube there, but it is what it is. Ain't what it ain't. Oh, it's metal. I don't want that. I have two types of alligator clips. One with rubber over them. Well, not one, but one type with rubber over and one type without. And I try to use the rubber ones in situations like that so not to scar up anything. Alright, looks like the most complicated part is next. Let's make sure that lid's on that glue so we don't spill it while we're doing something else. Let's separate our, if I'm saying this right, guys, give me an applause or at least leave me a comment. Gotta separate our fuselage. Engine, yeah, that's what it said, fuselage. Big fancy word. Alright, so I got the fuselage to take off. See, I'm going to have to probably sand this whole thing anyway and paint it because it's got some scratches on it from shipping. So I won't feel bad about the motor then. Alright, so I'll put these two together. And then the wings go on. Alright. Ain't a whole lot going on in that cockpit. But I'll probably get some, because I'm going to put the canopy on last. Not that there's a lot to do. But I'll probably just paint inside of there with some, I got some aircraft aluminum stuff. Maybe some green in there, maybe. I mean, there's no seatbelt. There's not a lot of detail going on here. But let's clean these guys up, get the sprue off of them, and get them together. And it literally shouldn't be no time at all, and this thing will be done as far as put together. I'll do a part 2 and show the painting of it, because it's really not much to it. They are fun though, when you don't get the one motor full of glue. Alright, let me get my little I don't want to get too carried away with the sanding, because where these two come together, it's a pretty tight fit. So maybe after I get it together, I can wet sand it a little bit to tie it all together a little better. But actually, they fit really good. I mean, like I said, I've never done, if I've done a Hasegawa, I didn't know it. So let's put it that way. And like I said, I believe they mostly focus on aircraft, so I know that I've never done an aircraft before. Well, what a way to entertain yourself for a couple of hours on a Saturday afternoon. And it's either too hot, which is my case. It's already, here it is, April 20th, and it's already too hot to be outside during the day. It got to be about noon, 1 o'clock over there at the car show today, and I looked at her and I'm like, I gotta go. She was like, me too, let's get out of here. It was already too hot at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It's only gonna get worse. Look at that. That's too cool. Oh, got a little bit of a burr there that can get oiled off. Oh wait, is that part of the wing? No, it's not part of the wing. That's where it was latched on. That one sprue might be about the worst part as far as cosmetics and the way it's put together. That might have been the worst part about it. And that wasn't nothing. So Bob was telling me the history of these egg planes. I guess back in the day when women's stockings, nylons would come in egg-shaped things. Legs came in eggs, if I remember correctly. People would make egg planes out of them. I guess use parts out of kits and glue it onto there. They make really cool stuff. I don't know the history of it that well, but that's what I understand. So they were just like, you know, they were basically building their own shit. That's cool. Got a couple bumps on there, but we can take care of that after we get her glued together. We're gonna make her one. Break out the torches, boys. Weld her up. Weld her up. Trying not to mouth breathe on you guys. I know how annoying and how horrible that sounds, but it's kind of part of what I am and what I do. Can't breathe through my nose. Yep, because I stuck it where it didn't belong too many times. Mama always said the bigger man walks away, but I didn't know that guy when I was younger. Alright. Let's let that sit a minute and take a look and see how deep we are into this time-wise. Oh, where are we? Did you believe I can't tell how deep we are into it because I can't see my phone from this angle? I got it. Oh, there we are. Yeah, we're 43, 44 minutes into it. I'm going to go ahead and call it for this one. And then when you guys come back, or we bring it back for this part 2, the wings will be on it, and I'll have made my decision on whether or not I'm going to primer it. So by the time we come back, we'll probably have it all done. But you got the gist of it, guys. These little planes are fun. I recommend them highly. I'm probably not going to put the landing gear on mine because, again, King Bob showed me this really cool way to display them. You take an old paint can and some acrylic rod and move it around. You can make it to where the plane kind of looks like it's flying. So we're going to do that. So chances are we won't put the landing gear on it. But y'all stay tuned. We appreciate you coming in, checking us out. Don't forget our sponsors, IcemanCollections.com and ScaleFinishes.com as well for all your paint needs, and Iceman for all your 3D printing stuff. If you guys stayed to the end, kudos to you. It's kind of a long video at 45 minutes, but we appreciate you hanging out with us on a Saturday afternoon. And as always, guys, be kind to others, be safe, and keep on modeling.